we just demonstrated our kicks, our elbows, and our knees. And now we're gonna demonstrate another very fundamental part of Muay Thai. It's the clinch. Now, when I was in Thailand, clinch is a huge part of the game. I know here in American Muay Thai, it's very underutilized. But in Thailand, half of our training was the clinch. We do 30, 40 minutes every session of just clinch. So what is clinch? Clinch is basically stand-up wrestling. What am I doing? I'm trying to overpower my opponent to get to where I want. I want to disorientate him. I want to get him off balance. I want to get my shots in and not allow him to attack me back. And that's what the clinch does. It's a lot of control. And also it takes a lot of power, a lot of muscle to use it. But not too much muscle if you know how to do the right techniques, which is what I'm going to demonstrate here. I have Coach Jason here. He's going to help me with demonstrating this technique. Okay, so let's first start off with taking off our hats. Good. Okay, now when you go into the clinch, you don't want to go into a clinch crazy with both hands. Why don't you want to go into the clinch with both hands? Because I can easily get attacked. I'm open right here, just like that. Look, punch, uppercuts, just like that. I'm open. So when we go into the clinch, we want to throw in one hand first, the other hand protects. We're gonna come in. You see how I come in. I come in slight. He's gonna be having his guard up, and I'm gonna come in just like that. You see how I slip my hand right down here in between the shoulder and the neck. I am going to cup my hand just like that over his neck, as you see that I'm doing. Now that I have securely put in my first hand, my first arm into the clinch, now I'm gonna follow it with my second hand. Now remember, we have gloves on, so you can't hold like this. We hold like this. Now, when you have the clinch, you want to take away any space where he's gonna be able to break out of the clinch. You wanna bring it in tight. Why do you wanna bring him in tight? Because in Muay Thai, they're gonna be throwing knees at you. So try to throw some knees at me, Jason. Wait, you see when I'm in tight, it's hard for him to get a knee in, which is part of the control. Him not being able to hit me, but I can remember the elbows we just learned. The second elbow, boom. Or the first elbow, boom. You see how we can utilize this in the clinch, like I said in the first lesson. Now, from the clinch, I'm not just gonna stay right here. He's gonna have a plan for me if I stay right here. There's plenty of ways to break out of the clinch, but what I wanna do is I wanna disorientate him. I wanna confuse him. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be moving. How do I move? How do I move him? I'm gonna take this part of my forearm. I have it right here. You see I have that? And from right here, I keep it tight. I have my hands cupped, and I'm using this to move. You see how I can easily move him around using my forearms to do it. Now, as I'm doing that, I move him this way. I move him that way. I never stay still. As I'm disorientating and confusing him, I am throwing down knees. Look, as I get to right where I want him, so I can then throw a knee. From right here, I can also throw elbows. Boom. Continue disorientating. Boom. Or I can even give him a slip. Boom. So these are things that we work on. Thank you so much, Coach Jason, for your help. I appreciate it. And these are things we work on when we were working on the clinch. So we're gonna start demonstrating this in live action and shadow boxing. A lot of shadow boxing is very important to envision your opponent. What I told my students is to envision who you're fighting. It could be someone taller than you, someone shorter than you, someone bigger than you, someone smaller than you. Envision who you're fighting as you're shadow boxing. You want to think of movements. Maybe I'm hitting him in the stomach. What if I'm defending? What if I'm attacking? What if I'm slipping? You know what I mean? These are things we think about when we shadow box. I tell my students, don't just throw aimlessly in the air. Really think in your mind how you're gonna fight. Really visualize it. And then put it to action. All right. As you see, I'm very calm. You never wanna be tense when you're shadow boxing. You wanna be nice and relaxed. Let your body nice and loose. When people come, especially from the gym environment, they come very tense because when you're doing mechanical weights, you're tensing your muscles to be able to use those weights. But now in martial arts, it's different. What you want to do is you want to flow. You don't want to tense. So as you see, my body's nice and loose. I dance a little bit, and we're using the movements that we just learned. All right, now we'll put it a little faster, a little bit more of how I would use it in real time. So let's get started. A lot of bounce. My footwork is always light, but my attacks are always strong. And that is the fundamentals of Muay Thai. Thank you very much. And as we say in Thailand, Kap, Kun, Krap.
When you land your jab, that's the distance of how far you are away from the bag, which is very important because some people don't really understand what the distance is from the bag. Once you get that, you pick up a little tempo by doing normal straight punches and unders, and you start to pick up a slow rhythm, all right? You don't need to go fast. You work on the jab, the right hand, your left hook, basic combinations.
I am Boxr. I rep that.